Where are we off to, Millie?
No idea.
Follow me. Follow the path, bro.
No, I jumped over. Oh, that's
The other one's at
cows!
Yeah, Rua Valley just outside Kimbolton.
Huh? Ha!
That's where I used to play as a kid, in the ranges over there.
Bunny! Hopping down the hill with 2 bunnies. 3 bunnies! Bunnies! 4 bunnies! 5, 6 bunnies! We're here and we are going
We're staying the night down in here.
here. So we're here and we're standing down there.
Yep.
Okay, let's go, Dad.
Yeah.
What are you
My
going
old
to say?
school,
Yeah?
from when I was 5 till, when did I leave? When I was 11. Yep.
Gonna say hi to anyone viewing from the school?
Oh. Hi, Kimbolton School Room 1 if you're still viewing. Thought we'd stop by, but obviously school holidays, so no one's here. Yeah, the memories. So there's the old Kimbolton schoolhouse just in the corner over here, and then I'm pretty sure this paddock here used to be the horse paddock for the school. So back in the day when all the kids used to ride their horse to school, they'd chuck them in the horse paddock while they were doing their learning, and then saddle up and ride home in the afternoon. Pretty cool. Should start that again, shouldn't we, kids?
Yeah. That would be so cool. Like you get trained like Clydesdales and then just plug them into school.
Right, welcome back to Kiwi Farmer. Just here in, just out of, well, in the Manawatu actually, so just out of Fielding in the Beaconsfield Valley. So, give you some of my background. I grew up on a place way up in the distance up there. Yeah, so Kimbolton's where we were at the school is just up on the skyline over there above the trees. Yeah, so we're here with Tim and his family. They've got a couple of blocks here. So this is one block, and then their other block is up on the skyline, just up here. So sheep, beef farmers, or sheep and dairy grazing.
Sheep, dairy, grazing and beef.
Yep. And then, so what do we got here? 90 hectares?
90 hectares here and another 260 in the other block.
Oh yeah, yep. And then how many sheep and dairy grazers and stuff do you run?
So we run 250 dairy grazers between the 2 blocks, made to make contracts. So they come in at 200, 250 kilos and go off at about 450, 500 if we're doing it right.
Yeah. So someone else takes the calves from 100 kilos
Yep.
after the dairy farm up to that
Yep.
first mate.
We don't take young stock, we'll take them on as yearlings,
Yep.
or just over yearlings.
Yep.
And we run about 120 2-year-old steers, and we don't have much of a breeding flock. Our ewe breeding flock is only about 950 strong, and we don't breed our own replacements anymore either. We buy them, which we're looking at here.
Yep. So these are some hobbits.
Yeah, so we've started buying our replacements. This is our first year doing it, but we're buying the same genetics we were breeding from.
Yeah. So that's Kelso genetics from Hawke's Bay.
Yep. So these are a Kelso maternal, and we cross them again with a Kelso Ranger terminal.
Yeah. So virtually the same genetics as what we we've got at the moment down at Grange as well, but ours came from Meddersley down in Fairley, so
Yep.
they've got a contract to lease some rams and grow out Kelso maternals down there. So we just keep them from the South Island because they're closer.
Exactly. We kill all our own lambs prime now that we're buying replacements, and we probably finish another 2,500 store lambs as well. Sell them prime.
And that's all on contract.
All on
So
contract. Yeah.
you don't own those lambs, you just finish them at a gross rate or a daily gain?
We get paid on a daily gain with minimums and a weight bonus at the end if we've done our job all right.
Yeah.
But we get a fixed head cost payment monthly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that'd be, that's great. You don't get the cash flow all at the end, you get it.
No, so we get triple
Periodically.
money all year round, which is sort of nice, especially through the middle of winter when there's nothing coming in.
And the same with the dairy heifers.
Yep.
There's one great thing about dairy heifers.
That is the dairy heifers. These guys, the contract lambs and the contract steers that we grow are all done on weight, basically. We stipulate what weight we want to buy them in at, and we choose the stock almost through the agent, and then when we're ready to sell them, we sell them. The company we do it through's bought them and has the rights to sell them. We pay a fee for a certain dollar fee per head per day that they're on our farm, and we get the difference left.
Yeah,
and it works pretty well.
So you dictated that you've got to go back through that company as well.
They're our station agent anyway. That's who we do all our purchasing of stock through.
Yep.
So it works quite well.
So it's just a method of not having the capital outlay.
Yeah.
And playing with someone else's
sort of
capital money.
A little bit of equity in the bank balance without having too much outlay.
Yep.
So the only stock we physically own as a farm are the breeding ewes and breeding rams.
Oh yeah.
Everything else is a contract animal.
Yep. Yeah. So there's plenty of different ways to skin the proverbial cat, sheep and beef wise. Yep. Yeah, it's just finding what way works for your system and making that work for yourself. Yeah. But no, it's good to be back in the Manawatu. Nice clean country.
Nice and green.
But everywhere has their issues, like as you can see, there's a fair bit of water lying around at the moment. So what would your main challenges be up here? Like we've got gorse and broom and snow and altitude and all that fun stuff.
A fair bit of scrub, but we quite like the scrub. As you can tell, there's a fair bit of manuka.
Scrub and manuka
regrowth, which we're actually not dealing with at the moment. We have beehives kept on the property year round, so we're quite happy to have a bit of manuka for them. We can have water issues in the sense we don't really dry out too much. We hang on quite well through the summer and stay green, but we get quite waterlogged at times, hence why we don't carry too many big cattle at all. Just managing the river flowing through the property as well, trying to keep that in check. The first year they took over this block, the cuatare claimed back about 2 hectares just here where all these young willows are, so they did a lot of flood mitigation there, tree planting in the first year that we took the farm over, and so far it's stayed in check since.
It's good, isn't it? And now the willows are rooted down though.
No, they're properly rooted too.
Yeah, so it'll take a bit to move them. Yep. So what about animal health issues and things like that? Like we plant winter crop and have to winter everything because we don't get any winter grass growth.
So we don't stop for too long. We had grass growth probably only stopped for maybe 2 weeks of the winter, but in saying that, it was a very mild winter again. We do a lot of winter crop. We do 20 hectares of kale and plantain mix.
So that's where we got the idea of that's what we're trying this year as well, down at least block. So
and we're actually planting that within the next month. That'll go in. So quite early, sort of mid-November. We're hoping to get that in the ground, and we'll graze that twice through the summer with store lambs, and they finished very well off that. And then we shut it up again sort of mid to late autumn, and then it's grazed through with cattle in the winter. And we also pre-lamb graze the ewes on it as well to save pastures for set stocking.
Yep, so great crop gives you some options, so we're pretty excited to see how that goes for our system too, with potentially wintering some milking ewes and stuff on there.
Yep.
Yeah. So what about facial eczema?
Facial eczema is not really an issue here. We don't have high humidity or anything yet. Those things
further
are
north.
getting worse, but yeah, further north definitely. But no, we don't have facial eczema here. We have a bit of trouble with bloat, but that's just down to the amount of grass growth and the sort of the age of cattle that we have on the property.
Clover
at
content.
time. High clover content in the pastures.
Lushness,
finishing fast.
Yeah.
What animal health issues, there's not really a heck of a lot else other than the normals. We were getting a bit of clostridial health issues through the sheep flock at one point, so we now changed to a 6-in-1 vaccine rather than a 5-in-1.
So what's that extra one give you?
The extra one is just a different clostridial, so there's 4 clostridials in it rather than 3.
You don't
or
try and name
5 or 6, I'm not going to name
That doesn't
All I
end
know
well.
is that clostridial.
We tried that once.
But yeah, we did that and that fixed that problem up. And then that's
What
it.
about Homunculus contortus or barber's pole? Do you have any issues with that being a
No
bit
specific
warmer?
issues with them, but being that we're finishing so many store animals on here now, we have a pretty good exit drench policy.
Yep.
And
Quarantine
drench.
import drench,
As soon as
yeah.
everything comes on, is quarantined with a triple acting.
Yep.
And then they are drenched with a triple action later on in the piece as well.
Yep.
Separate, but different drench. But yeah, we're keeping the quarantine drench pretty rigorous.
Yep.
I think it's crazy not to these days. There's too much resistance around.
Yeah. No, it's definitely worthwhile having a good drench program. So, yeah, we'll leave it there for that, and might come back with you with some footage later on. Where are we heading now, Millie?
Christchurch. Yeah, Christchurch is not home.
It's closer to
Stop
home.
walking backwards.
Closer to home than we are now.